peril. You've never
Verse
seen verse
24,
24.
I am
He's
making
making all of
blood
these
of all men.
you
You
say
say
in fact, there's keen
Look what all the good things I've
eyes.
done
Verse
to
27,
people.
I have
I've never
not
done it for
shunned to
myself. I've
declare
done it for
unto you
everybody else.
all the counsel of God. I can't say
Verse
that.
35, I have showed you all things.
Now what's so puzzling about all of this, when he gets done talking about himself and all that he's done, verse 37 and 38 come around and they wept on Paul's neck.
They actually wept over him more
That they'd see his face no more. Yes, we know all the things that you've done. You've rehearsed those in our mind, and we've seen these, we've experienced these things, and we're sad because you're not going to be here to do this any longer, because you said, your face we're not going to see any longer. Now, the truth of the matter is none of us care to be around arrogant and prideful people. And yet these people didn't have a problem with being around Paul. Scripture is very clear that God resisteth the proud, but giveth grace to the humble. Is that right? Who wrote more books in the entire Bible than anybody else? Paul. Why would God use, if Paul's an arrogant, proud man, filled with pride, because, 17 eyes. This message from verse 17 to verse 36, it's all about Paul. Paul just basically, let me just lay it all out to you. This is what I've done in my ministry. I, 17 points, and they all begin with I. Doesn't it seem arrogant? Does it seem proud? And yet it must be. For God will use somebody so filled with pride, because He resists the proud. He gives grace to the humble. 1 Timothy 3:6, Paul wrote these words, novices are lifted up with pride and fall into the devil's snare. In 1 Timothy 6:4, false teachers are proud, and Paul says, knowing nothing. In James 4:6, God resisteth the proud, giveth grace to the humble. 1 Peter 5:5 says the same thing. So if Paul was proud, why did God